So, I really don't know how to start this video. I finished a book in August of 2023, and I've been thinking about this book for years now. So, around 2017 is when I first got the idea for it. Um, and it's been 7 years. Technically, I wrote it 6 years after I got the initial idea, and it just never seemed right, and it never seemed right, and it never seemed right, and it never seemed right. And then last year in August, something clicked, and I changed something, and then I was able to just, like, the moment that I found motivation to write it, because the thing that had always been the problem in the book, just, I deleted one thing and like it just clicked. I don't remember what it was, but like I deleted one thing and I could just keep writing the story. And I wrote 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 until finally I finished the book. But it's one of those things where it's still in the editing phase. I still haven't edited it through. But if I were to publish it now, the way that I review things, it would probably be like 3, maybe 3.5. That's from like my review standards, because I don't feel like I have a finished product. And I got an alpha reader. I had Ander as my alpha reader, and then I got an editor to edit the book. And as I'm going through the notes, there are some things that I'm like, yes, I will 100% change this, and I will 100% add to the story. And like, just from their notes alone, there's like 300 pages that I want to add. And the book is already like 374 pages or 300 and something pages. So then adding another 300 pages is gonna be like writing a whole new book. But to my standards, it needs to be done in order for me to actually want to publish the thing and to actually want to put it out into the world. Because I waited 7 years, I waited 6 years to finally write the first book. So then I don't want to publish an unfinished product. If I've already waited this long, I want to wait a little bit more and then publish the first book in a trilogy that I want to write. But I want to be able to have that groundwork done properly. So I gave the book to the editor in September, got it back in October. End of October, I was going through some of the notes. I was starting to edit some of the story, but then the recertification for my job always comes up in November, December, and the holidays come up in November and December. So everything just kind of gets put on the back burner, and everything is put on a standstill because all my mental capacity has to go to like my family and to also like me trying to keep my job. So January is where everything kind of gets to settle down. And I'm not saying that everything's completely settled down, but I am saying that everything's a little bit less chaotic than it was in November and December. So going into January, February, March, I want to write those 300 pages. And the hardest part for me writing is finding the energy to do it. I think editing and finding the energy to actually write the thing are the hardest parts, because the moment that like I can get into actually writing the thing, I hyper focus. Like, it's just like when I play a video game, I can play it for hours and hours and hours. And like, it's like when I play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or Dead by Daylight. Start in the morning, by the end of the night, I'm just looking out the window like, wasn't there light outside when I started writing? This is more like me posting this as kind of like an accountability check, because I do, at least by March, want to have those 300 pages finished. I don't want to put as much pressure as I've had the last couple of months on my shoulders. And like I said, if I have to wait a little bit longer, then I have to wait a bit longer. But I think y'all are good about keeping me a little bit accountable. So I want to post this online as kind of like a journal. And this can be part one of like who knows how many parts. And like I said, it's a work in progress, and The moment it's in the world, it's in the world. I got no control over that. But what I do have control over is me trying to stay accountable for actually trying to accomplish the thing that I want to accomplish and get the work done that I want to get the work done.